Hi there, I'm Cass, and I'm the Managing Director for the Westfeldt Institute for Emotional Hygiene. We are the main organizers behind this event, Reset Your Nervous System and Reduce Anxiety, happening May 22nd and 23rd. I am so excited to produce this event for you. These tools that we're combining have been really critical for me in my life, helping me overcome chronic anxiety. And I've gotten some questions from some folks who are interested in attending but not sure if this event is right for them around the backbending practice. So I wanted to take a moment and explain a little bit about what we mean when we talk about backbending and why this practice is included in this workshop, why it's so important. So first of all, backbending, what we mean when we say that is really movement of the spine. So we want to address this really chronic forward folding that we have in our lives. We sit at our desks, we sit in our cars, we sit on our couches at home, and we really spend a lot of our lives in a forward folded position. And really the spine has this beautiful full range of motion that includes sideways, lateral flexion, so sideways bending, and backward bending as well. So we want to introduce that as a way for you to prevent injuries to the spine and really like the rigidity that happens when we spend our lives in the forward folded position and we aren't strengthening the muscles along the spine. We aren't bringing circulation to those areas. That's when injuries are really likely. So backward bending practice from that standpoint is injury prevention of the spine. Of course, that is when we're using proper technique. So this workshop is we're going to teach that, and Isaac Garcia, who's an expert in teaching backbends to people who have many different physical limitations, this is really his expertise, and will be able to walk us safely through that motion of the spine. So why is backward bending important in this conversation about anxiety? So a couple things. First of all, a backward bend is going to activate the sympathetic nervous system. And we need that activation to bring us through the whole cycle. So there are different emotions that happen along this cycle of moving from the sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system. So we want to create the sympathetic nervous system response and have the experience of all the vitality and energy that brings to our bodies. And essentially, what that allows is it's like an off switch of that alarm of anxiety that's constantly ringing for us. And we're going to talk, the Westfeldt Institute for Emotional Hygiene, our founder, Tim Westfeldt, is going to talk us through those different emotions and the components of anxiety, how that manifests in our lives, so we can actually do something about it. After we do this backward bending and learn about the emotions and the different components of anxiety, we're going to do this really beautiful yoga, nidra, and yin practice with Tessa Tovar. And she has an angelic voice and a lot of experience and skill in leading us through these nervous system soothing, body pampering practices that will then bring us back into the parasympathetic nervous system. So really this workshop is like an off switch for anxiety. And not only that, but these tools that you learn in the workshop, you can take out into your life and use them anytime. This is a practice I personally have used for the last few years and have really only started to see a reduction in my chronic anxiety as a result of consistent practice with these tools. And so I encourage you to try it. And of course, if you come to the event and the back bends don't feel accessible to you, you don't understand how to do that safely, you can ask questions, and you can always ask questions before the event as well. So I want to give just a quick demonstration of what we mean when we say backward bend, because I can imagine that many of us are thinking like the kind of thing that you see on Instagram, and that's really not, we don't have any goals for depth of posture with this. It's really truly a movement of the spine with whatever you're working with in your body right now. So if you would just go ahead and watch as I do a very quick demonstration. I'm not going to talk at all about technique because that's Isak's realm, and I'll leave that to him, but I will try to use proper technique in my demonstration. And this is just to show you what a back bend could look like for this event, so that you can start to visualize what that means. So I'm going to use the wall, which we will also be using for our workshop, and this allows you to have support and do this back bending coming in and out of the back bend safely. So the first thing that we will do is find our place next to the wall, and as we start this practice, the first thing that we'll do is really bring our arms up over our head and drop our head back. And you may be able to see this in the camera, but I'm already in a back bend. And if this is where you are for this workshop, you won't be out of place. This is perfectly fine. This is just the beginning of not being in a forward fold. So to take it just a little bit further, this could also be a really perfect place for you to be accessing in the workshop. So if I drop my head back and bring my arms up and bring my arms back, I might start to find a little bit of movement where I can reach the wall. So this could be the next step in taking a backward bend and allowing that activation. That's my first back bend of the day. I can already feel a rush of energy and a little bit more vitality in my body. So if you would excuse me, I'm going to jump into some more of those. And as I said earlier, please reach out. Any questions you have, we're happy to answer them. And we really just are excited to share these tools with you and hope that they bring some peace to your body. We can't wait to see you. Thank you so much.